We're in there, brother. All right, guys, welcome to the Frog News Network. Where are you guys watching us from? Mike, call a few out. I got to fix something, please. And I got us a little bit of a link I never saw.
Okay. All right. Love those frogs. Absolutely, I do too. Wisconsin in the house. Missouri in the house. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Froggy Nights. Fellow Froggy Nights. Texas in the house. OI in the house. I'm not sure about OI. OI. You guys, any news today? Everybody's asking what the news is today. We'll have to see. Georgia in the house. Buffalo, New York in the house. Lily Pad, Alabama in the house. All right, Lily Pad, Alabama. Welcome. Kirksville, Missouri. Australia in the house. Fort Lauderdale loves listening to you guys. We love you too. Fort Lauderdale. Toronto, Canada. California in the house. Adelaide, Australia, Oklahoma, California. Thank you for the blessings, Rocky. Right back at you, my friend. Frog, Louisiana in the house. Ohio in the house. Welcome, Ohio. Anchorage, Alaska in the house. Friendswood, Texas in the house. Welcome, Friendswood. Rockingham, North Carolina in the house. And Tidewater, Virginia. Bring it on, Delaware. Thank you for joining it. Doug and Mike on the Frog News Network. Greenbackville, Virginia. Sarasota, Florida in the house. And Idaho. Welcome, welcome all. Get you a couple, Doug.
All right. I seen Raleigh and Mike, Ohio in here. Welcome to the show. Florida. You're on live with Mike and Doug. How do y'all like our new look? If you like it, put a 1 in there. If you don't like it, want the ugly frog back, just let us know. I mean, I'm just trying to do something different tonight. You guys let me know. I made a new overlay. 1, you like the new one. 2, you want to go back to the old one. Do you want to come on?
One.
Jeffrey, Jeff, do you want to come on the show? If you got intel, we want you on here. He said something big's going on, so we want you on here. But anyway, Troy, Texas, welcome to the show. Florida,
a lot of ones coming through there. A lot of ones flying through there. Elk Ridge, Utah, welcome to the show.
I think
Slidell in the house.
Well, maybe we'll leave it like that, and we'll find a happy frog and put him on there. How's that, guys?
Please,
we want to take that frog off the he's in depression. We'll give him a little medication. A couple of 2s, Mike.
Yep, a couple of 2s popped up in there. Get on here, Jeff. Dallas, North Carolina in the house.
Jeff, I'm going to send you a link, bud.
Westfield, New Jersey in the house.
We're going to bring a little bit on first.
All right. Boston, Massachusetts.
She isn't in the back office yet, but
we want the froggy back, June. Thank you. I said the same thing, North Dakota. I like the American flag. The stuff is very clean. It's crisp. It looks really good, but we're missing the frog.
Okay, but just for tonight, guys. All right. But the new logo looks cool. The new logo looks cool, though.
Patrick Burns said something big was happening tomorrow. Yeah, it's called his book release.
Yeah, his book release. We'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
We're going to
about 50-50 so far on the Schmidt. But if we put the other one back up, I'm going to get a happy frog. I don't want
Charlotte, North Carolina in the house. Go big or go home, baby.
Logo. Somebody put 3.
Illinois.
We didn't even have that option, Mike. They put 3. 1, 2, 3. What does 3 mean?
Have a froggy waving the flag.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
no
I
aliens
gotta
on there.
All right. Let me find. I don't know how I'm
News,
gonna do
please,
this.
and less babble. Morrisville, North
Okay.
Carolina in the house. Gaithersburg, Maryland. Hello from Ohio. Welcome, welcome.
Calling the mic. I gotta
VB,
put.
Virginia. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. I got it.
I gotta put a little bit thing up. I gotta find it first. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep
All
going.
right. No slimy frog, please. Coreyton, Tennessee. Welcome. You're live with Doug and Mike on the Frog News Network. Ohio in the house. Frog wearing the flag. Meridian Court.
A frog wearing a flag. We might could get that done. All right, let me see what I'm doing here, man. Guys, just give me a minute. I got some other. I've been
Rhode
doing this
Island
all
in the
day.
house. A Trumpy frog. We need a Trumpy frog.
A Trumpy frog.
Yeah.
A Trumpy frog. Okay.
Statesville, North Carolina in the house. Welcome, Statesville, North Carolina. Where y'all calling from, guys? Let's get back. Love the flag. I love the flag too. Lakeland, Florida. Trump strong, baby. Trump strong, Lakeland, Florida. Thank you, thank you. San Antonio, Texas. Welcome. You're live with Doug and Mike on the Frog News Network. Frogonites. Frogonites, let's hear you. Let's hear you, Frogonites. Forest Lake, Minnesota. Arizona in the house. Welcome, everybody. Bell City, Louisiana. Palm Bay, Florida. Alexander, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome. Racing through Indiana.
All right. You good? You want to bring Christy on?
Let's get the show started. Thank y'all, everybody, for your input.
All right, listen,
Thank
what I'm going to do,
I'm going to
go out of the stream so we don't have 4 people on the little screen. We'll see how it looks. I'll bring everybody in.
All right. Go ahead and clear the comment at the bottom.
I'm trying to.
Hey.
All right. Your logo didn't come up as big as I liked it to. It's up there in the right corner. Hey, everybody, this little bit, also known as Christine and her friend Misty, they are starting their own show. So we told them we would support them and bring them on because we got a gazillion people. We already got like 8,000 people on the stream right now. And so you guys tell us what your show's going to be all about, because from what a little bit told me, it's going to be different than ours, and you're going to go in a different direction. So explain to our listeners what your show is going to be about and how they're going to be able to get in touch with you guys.
First off, before you
you're muted.
Unmute.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Before you jump in, Christy and Missy, do me a favor and tell me what your favorite part's going to be when you take off.
Go ahead, Missy. You go first.
Our favorite part?
Yeah.
You put me on the spot.
Oh.
I'm just excited to have I'm just excited to have a platform, because I've gotten kicked off and you know, they've censored me so bad. I just got kicked off Facebook for 30 more days. I had 5,000 viewers on my Twitter. Followers. I got kicked off. I just want to be able to have a platform to get, even though we could probably get kicked off, and I get that, but we can always start another one. I'm just ready to get out there and get my message out, because I've done a lot of research.
It sounds like you got a good start, and that's something to be excited about. So definitely would be excited about that, because your platform sounds like that you're coming through with, and we're going to hear more about it here in just a second as soon as I shut my big mouth.
No, I love to hear y'all talk.
So go ahead and tell us the name of your show and
Okay.
what
Wait a minute, Christy, what are you most excited for?
Okay, so first of all, Doug, you need that logo is like tinier than me. We got to work on that now.
Somebody made that for me. Doug didn't make that.
Hey, we're gonna have to show it to y'all bigger at some point. But anyway, well, first of all, I'm connecting with more people that I don't even know yet. Like, I'm really excited about making the connections with new patriots, new people that are interested in holding up the Constitution, new people that are really interested in natural health. I'm excited to make new friendships, new relationships, connections, just like we have here. We have not even met yet, but we will very soon. And, developing a lot of friendships, a lot of bonds, a lot of angel warriors, which there's a hint, so our hopes is, and like I said, I'm going to let Missy talk first. Our hopes is to invite a lot of the Frogonites to listen to something different at a different time, and just kind of bond together side by side with you all, taking a little bit of a different spin on this. So that's what I'm excited about. Go ahead, Missy.
To just to give people ease of mind, like I've done a lot of research, and just to I wasn't never political, but when I realized the dire situation that that America was in, actually our planet was in, is when I said, whoa, wait a minute. And I educated myself. So I just want to educate the public and try to, educate them and tell them what's going on, to give them a little peace of mind. I mean, that's my bottom line. I want to help people, because even my family around me, they're running in, getting the vacation thing. And, I just want to get the truth out about Big Pharma and all of that. I mean, I just do. And I think we got a good platform to do it. And with Serge and Christy's knowledge and Serge's knowledge, I think we'll do really good.
Yeah. So Missy, start off by saying how you were and are a Frogonite, and just how this connection came to be, and what got us to being right here now.
Okay. So I was watching y'all one night. I'd been watching Doug and Mike, and Christy had came on there, and she gave her real name. So I went in, I sent her a friend request, and then she started liking my post and stuff. And then I had put some intel out, and she's like, where did you get that intel? I said, hold on, I'll send it to you. So I sent it to her, and we just kind of started talking, and she goes, well, will you call me? I said, sure, I'll call you. I was antiquing, because I have my own little business for the day, but I pulled over and I called her, and she goes, you know what? God just laid it on my heart. We should do a show. I said, I've been praying for a year whether I should do my own show or not. Every time I get deplatform or whatever, I said, maybe this is God, and it is God. And then I was praying about a name for our thing, and God just laid it on my heart, the Angel Warrior. And so that's what we came up with, and we've been talking and putting stuff together ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. I mean, we'll let Doug and Mike just ask a couple quick questions, and then, we'll get ourselves out of the studio. You guys can get on with the show. But that's honestly how it happened. She said she had seen me a couple of times. And again, Missy, correct me if I'm wrong.
I stalked her.
Yes, she stalked me. And our personalities are very much alike.
Right.
And so it's going to be a fun and interesting dynamics. We also have Dr. Serge, who's going to be partnering with us, and that's actually Missy's brother-in-law.
Right.
And I'm not going to read everything about him. I'm just going to give you some tidbits, because our hopes is, at least for the first show, a lot of you guys will tune in, and it may not be for everybody, so, and you won't hurt our feelings at all, but we're greatly appreciative, once we put the YouTube channel out there, if you guys would subscribe and pay it forward to other people that may or may not be interested in. But so Dr. Serge, he's really a nutritional scientist. He's written a lot of books. He's a traditional MD doctor, but he leans more in the holistic realm, and he's helped Missy. I'm not going to have her get into her story right now. And a lot of people in dire situations heal themselves in a natural way. And if you know anything about me, based on the conversations that I've had here or seeing me, that is my arena as well, but I am not a doctor, okay? So a lot of what we do from a spiritual realm, from a holistic realm, from an intel realm, we all kind of blended together really well after having a lot of conversations. So I think it's going to take, again, we are going to offer some intel, and from different sources that we hear stuff from, such as Scott McKay, such as,
the Froggy Network.
Yeah, Froggy Network, and a lot of people. But our whole show is not going to be intel. It's going to encompass a lot of things, and we're also going to only do shows 3 nights a week for now. And one of the nights we're going to have an Ask the Doctor night, so you can actually ask him questions. And the whole purpose behind it is going where we believe that we are going with health, with the stuff that we promote here or encourage people to look into, with the med beds, with the fear talks of shortening the food supply and all those things, just encompassing all that and where the future is going. I think it's going to be a really good thing. So we came up with the name, or Missy came up with the name, the Angel Warrior Network. We do have a logo. We're tweaking it a little bit. You will see, and I'll certainly ask permission to share it at some point as soon as we get it tweaked and done, is our goal was to kind of see the storm and the clouds, like we are in the storm. The storm is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was praying about it, and go look it up. I'm not going to tell you now because it's going to be a surprise. From the King James Bible, Revelation 1:16. I was praying about it, and that verse just came to me. I was like, look, we have got to attach that scripture to the beginning of every single show that we do. And that's going to be the opening. That's going to be the standard. I don't know what it's going to look like. My hopes is that Doug will do the voice. I offer that to him. But that's the way we're going to open up our show. And we have the Sword of the Spirit on our logo with angel wings on it. And my daughter created a lot of that. So those pieces just laid strongly on my heart to kind of set the stage as to what we stand for. And so we all worked on it together, and, that's where we're headed. So right now our goal is to have an aesthetically appealing YouTube channel by tomorrow night. That's the goal. Our first short show, no pun intended, no smart ass comments, Doug. Anyway, he missed that.
Oh, she's funny.
Woo! But anyway, moving on. So anyway, our first show Saturday evening will probably be at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it will be a short first-time show. And we will be sharing the link again once we feel comfortable with what we have up on YouTube. So that's where we're at.
All right. So the platforms for which you can receive friend requests.
Yep. Well, you can friend request me on Facebook. I'm on Gab. I'm on MeWe. I can put those, in the Telegram. Missy, I'm on Instagram as
I'm on all of it. Missy Watt Mason.
Okay, Missy Mason.
Missy Watt Mason. The color white. Missy Watt Mason on all of the platforms.
Okay. All right. And you'll find me underneath either my name. And if you don't know my name, you can reach out to me on TinyBit. If you want to connect with me, you can reach out to me on TinyBit on Telegram. And you can also find me on Instagram under GetFit69.
GetFit69.
Okay. And I'm looking shut up. Right.
Okay, look here. This is a family show.
I just
By
got
the
it.
way, your logo is
God,
on the screen. It's just so small. It's up in the right corner.
I
As
was
soon as we
born.
go out of this, I'm going to show the whole logo on this.
But anyway, so you can get me on there as well. And you guys know, Missy will be referring to me on the show as CJ for my first initial and my middle initial. Okay,
Right.
so.
All right. So I'm excited.
I'm excited to get y'all up and running and going.
Yeah,
Can't wait till
absolutely.
you get your first 1,000 people. We're going to help you get them.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for helping us out.
Little bit's been with us damn near from the start. And I believe God wants us to help everybody. That's what we intend to do.
That's right.
Whether it's helping you get your show up and running, or whether it's to help the people that listen to our show, we're just in it to spread the word, and God wants us to spread the word about what's about to happen. So
That's right.
we'll definitely promote you guys up. Don't worry, guys. If not this show, tomorrow I'll have all her links and I'll flash them at the bottom on the ticker so you can join them up, and we'll go from there. How's that sound, guys?
Sounds
Thank
great.
you, thank you,
ladies.
All right, as I take y'all out, I'm gonna take all this off the screen, and right behind the screen is your logo. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Talk to y'all
Thank
later.
you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Add me and Mike and put our stuff back up there. Just give me a second. There we go. And we're live. Let me change this and we'll be good to go.
All right. So where's the hound dog, Jeff?
Jeff, I sent him a link. There we go. Jeff, if you got, you want to come on, what he had sent to me. Here he is. He was just waiting for them to get off.
I got you.
Well, he might have after all that. We were unprepared for the. Never mind.
Wow.
By the way, see this flag right here?
You're right. That's awesome.
Look, I got a couple of shout outs before we get started. And if we just hold tight, I got so many things I forget to do. I got a video I got to play, and then we'll get to all the news, guys. First out, I'd like to shout out to Jerry B for designing our new logo, Dina for 2 flags she sent me, and Kirsten W. We're going to run her link for her new book. It's now up to 149 or 79. I haven't looked, but we're going to promote her link. So you can go over and buy the #1 Intel drops on Amazon, period. She's crushing it. And we're going to promote her link as we talk. But right now, I'm going to play a real quick video, and then we'll get to the show, guys. We got to pay for our sponsors. Just give me a minute to find the darn thing, because I'm going about half nuts.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using Lifewave. Since 2004, Lifewave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind Lifewave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single Lifewave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing Lifewave X39. The world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of Lifewave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one Lifewave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all Lifewave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about Lifewave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of Lifewave today.
There we go. We're back live, guys.
All right,
Can
so
everybody hear everybody.
I think we've had an exciting start to the show, Doug, and I just want to paint this picture, okay? All right, this picture that I have. One, there's a side of the country that is Trump's going to be arrested. Trump's going to be arrested, and panic and fear is setting in big time when it's far from the truth that Trump's going to be arrested, okay? Trump's not going to be arrested, all right? I don't know how to put it any plainer. Trump's not going to be arrested. All right. If he was going to be arrested, they had arrested him in 2016, 2017. And they couldn't do it then. So there's a fraction of the country that's there. All right. There's a fraction of the country that's off in never land, hoping that this all gets swept under a rug. They're perfectly fine with the slavery allowing it to continue, and they don't care that pedophiles are running the government and child trafficking is going on for satanic rituals around the country and the world. Child trafficking, not only our children, but children all over the world as well. All right. Right at the border is going on. You know, those people just, they don't care. As long as it's not affecting them, they think that they have no accountability in it, no responsibility for it. They think that they have, they can ignore it, and we should all be able to ignore it at that point if it doesn't affect us. Well, that's far from the case, okay? But there's a fraction of the country that's like that. There's a fraction of the country that's like, if all this stuff is really happening behind the scenes, why isn't it mainstream? It can't be true unless it's on mainstream. Guys, we are mainstream now, okay? Not just the Frog News Network. We're talking about Scott McKay's, the Health Ranger, the up-and-coming Angel Warriors. We are in mainstream news now, okay? And we know X22. These are the mainstream news media now because they're the only ones telling the truth. The rest of it is propaganda and evil bullshit lies. All right? Excuse my language. And then there's the part of the country that's in our movement right here, wants to red pill and share the truth as with many as people as possible and be a part of helping people through the Great Awakening. That follow God, that not that those other groups don't follow God. Most of them do. There are some that don't, okay? But most of them do. But we follow God because the word, the living word of God is exactly what's happening right now. The things that he has promised in the book, in his living word, is coming to fruition right now. He promised to rid the earth of the evil during this time period. Okay? Exact dates we don't know. He's going to move in his time, as he's done in the past. All right? He's not bound by time. He's not bound by light. He's not bound by any of that stuff. Okay? He's infinite. So it'll be in his time. I agree.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we paint this picture. Now, Jeff, knowing that we got those 3 or 4 sides going on in the country, let alone the rest of the world, what's the big news today?
Well, something has definitely changed inside the military. Trump is in Bedminster, and the military is now running a non-TFR, temporary flight restriction, with an air cap. For guys that haven't been in the military, you probably don't know what an air cap is, but all through Bedminster and throughout the suburbs of New Jersey, they are flying 16 fighter jets nonstop.
Wow. So it's more than just a TFR.
Correct. And you can go to any like FAA, FlightAware, and what you'll see a lot of tankers, KC-10s, refueling planes. So that's indicative of fighter jets being in the air. And it just happened probably around 6 a.m. this morning is when they moved in. Also, what I sent to you last night, Doug, from one of my guys that I worked with, looks like Adam Schiff has been formally arrested by MRSOC. And if you look, I think one of the guys did a a video on it where the guy that tracks the planes, a unregistered plane, which is probably U.S. Marshals, flew out of Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland airport to Opelika, which is a holding facility. And then about 3 hours later, that plane flew to Gitmo. So something, like I said, the big thing today is something in the military has definitely changed. My guess, it's the Arizona gig. I believe that's done. I believe what they're doing right now is show pony. And what I was told is one of the deputy chiefs for the Joint Chiefs of Staff, after the report was certified about the 900 military absentee ballots coming back 100% for Joe Biden, and they falsified the military envelopes for the absentee ballot. The admiral basically said that that's it, it's over. So it looks like there may not be a formal announcement, but as you can see today now, with the Wuhan, Facebook just lifted their restriction on talking about Wuhan on Facebook. So now if you put in the word Wuhan in any post, you're not supposedly going to get knocked down. And now there is a formal investigation, even though it has been going on, by O&I. And there was one other thing. It'll come to me. But
Jeff, what do you say that them announcing that Schiff was arrested could have been as long as almost a year ago, and it's just coming out now because that's when they wanted to release it?
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff that you're going to start seeing when it starts coming out, this is stuff that's already happened just for operational security reasons. That's the other thing.
I will personally guarantee from my knowledge that Jeff is absolutely right. Okay. The actual arrest of Adam Schiff happened some time ago. Trump actually gave it up in a coded way during one of his rallies when he first called Schiff pencil neck, like Doug says. Okay. That means the clone or the double was put in place. All right. That's because he was arrested at that point in time. I do know that San Diego had the big investigation on Schiff way back in the late 2017 and all through 2018 on the Standard Hotel. Okay. And the black gentleman that was killed at the hands of Schiff, not to mention the ones that claimed that he was raped by Schiff. Okay. So a lot of that stuff was not let out into the public, but it leaked out amongst the patriots. All right. Just like the invisible helicopter flying down the strip in LA, in Vegas. You know, a lot of people never saw it. And if it wasn't pointed out to us, we would have never saw it either. But it was pointed out to several of us that had access to those people that knew. All right. It doesn't make us insiders or we knew some big secret. It's just we happen to have access at that time to those people that were sharing those things. All right?
I believe, like you said, just that, Mike, when he said pencil neck, because if you go look up a picture of him from 2016, the real Adam Schiff has a short neck. He doesn't have a long neck. So that's the dead giveaway right there.
Yep. So I mean, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. And it looks like there's an operation inside on the outskirts of Iowa It's the same scenario that happened in North Carolina with the Google balloons. There are 7 Google balloons in the metro area of Iowa, state capital, I think, Des Moines. And so I think within probably a couple days, we're going to hear about more kids mysteriously being found.
That'd be a good thing right there now.
Yes.
Absolutely. And guys, to mention to that, that's what started all this. Okay. Doug and I got, on YouTube, everybody can go see them. But back in 2015, 2016, and 2017, this gentleman was on YouTube. They took all his stuff down after he was killed. Okay. But he was outing everybody for the satanic rituals and the rape and the child trafficking and the rape and murder of children. He was outing everybody involved way back then. Okay. And he was murdered for it. All right. We'll give that stuff out in the group. All right. We're not going to do it here on a live stream. Some of the stuff is horrific, but you learn a lot about the senators that you have questions about by checking out his 10-minute or less videos. Okay. Somebody put them videos back up on YouTube recently, and they're there for everybody to watch. So, guys, future proves past is coming more and more each day. Okay?
Are they the videos that you were showing me today?
Yes.
Yeah, this gentleman exposed Pence, and 2 months later, he was gone.
Yes.
But he was making and exposing a lot of other people before that.
Ted Cruz is one of them.
Deteriorated, like they had poisoned him or gave him radiation. He slowly looked like they'd killed him over 4 years.
Yes. Ted Cruz is one of them. There's another senator's name that he mentions in the videos. There's several of them, actually. He was big on Pence because he was in Indiana.
Yeah.
And then I was told maybe by Tuesday. Remember when we had talked about the raid on Rudy Giuliani's place?
Mm-hmm.
What they got is supposed to, they're not going to release the picture, the video, but there's going to be a report on what was taken. And from what I was told, it's truly disgusting. And this may be a shock event. It's that bad.
Does Giuliani got something to do with it?
No.
It's the information that they got from Giuliani.
Yeah, the stuff about Hunter and his father.
Yeah, and how he received the information, they didn't want to disclose it through discovery. So they had some guys from the Bureau do a search warrant. That way, because the Bureau doesn't have to do a discovery. That way it would protect a couple individuals that didn't want to be wrapped up in it in the public eye anyways.
Absolutely. And one thing that we mentioned when the show started, and we played that video the other night of Patrick Burns, and he said Friday something big was going to be released. Something big was going to be released. He don't say nothing else. And then we come to find out he did a retractment, and he says, "Oh, my book was getting released Friday." What? So guess who was right? Kirsten W. was right about him, but he said that what he was saying will be exposed Saturday, but we'll see about that. Or is he just plugging his book? But Kirsten said how he was. Her book's for sale on the bottom. I'm changed the ticker now, but I'll put it back up in a little bit. Get her Intel Drop books, guys, and I'll put the ticker back for it up real quick. But Kirsten W. book on Amazon. Okay, so #1 seller on there. That's the link right there. You can get it off there. Thanks, guys. Anyways, back to the show.
All right. So a lot of you are asking Cruz is bad. Scott McKay said Cruz is good. Yada yada yada. All right. There's two things that we know about Cruz for sure. One, they've proven that he's a Canadian, not American. And two, there was some funny business going on when he went to Hawaii during that time period recently. Okay, with his family. Now, I'm all for him going on vacation with his family, but there were some things there, like his whole entire state was under an ice war. You know, I mean, they were frozen. It was the ice age. You know what I'm saying? It's much like, you know, them complaining about the border while they were at the Capitol Hill, but none of them are going to the border to do anything to help. You know, none of them. Besides AOC a couple of years ago taking fake pictures of her being upset outside of fenced-in area somewhere supposedly at the border, but we all learned that we're fake.
Yep.
So, I mean, guys, it's a sinister time, and we have to have discernment to understand what the truth is. The videos that we were just telling you about on YouTube, they're there for you to go watch, and they're there for you to go make your own decisions about. Okay?
Yeah, I'll put the link in the Telegram group later to them videos, and you can decide. Just like we always say, go to DuckDuckGo, do your own research.
Absolutely.
You can believe us or do your own research. We always say do your own research. We're just, you know, telling you what we hear. But, you know, if you doubt what we say, go look it up yourself. When you look it up yourself, you know that you know it's true. And secondly, you're ready to tell somebody about it too, because we need to wake up more people. You follow what I'm saying? They said 67%. We need to be at 81% for everything to switch over. We got to start rebuilding everything from the ground up, guys.
Char, we absolutely did our own research. I promise you. And we're still doing our own research.
Michael's up 2 o'clock in the morning and he works 10 hours a day. You know what I mean? I'm up to 4 o'clock in the morning. I just don't pop on here and that's it for the day. And I've been up since 8 o'clock this morning working on intel for the show, creating new graphics for the show, trying to get sponsors for the show so we can get better, bigger and better things, because the show's growing at an alarming rate. I guess people can see. I mean, when Whiplash is sharing our videos, that's pretty strong. He's got 225,000 people on his Telegram group. When MT Media is sharing our stuff and they got 8 million people on theirs, you know, we're moving on up. We got to move on up with the times, guys.
All right. So do your own research, guys. And if you have questions, ask them. I jump in the Telegram group all the time and answer questions. Okay. Or pick out flat spots when people drop off because they don't know everything yet. I pick it up where they left it off and continue it. I'm here to help. Okay. I want people to know the truth. Okay. And if I don't know what the truth is, I will not tell you anything about it until I do.
Absolutely.
And I talk to people. I would talk to people like Jeff. I talk to people that can't come to the surface right now because of certain things that I thought I was going to talk to last weekend, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But
Jeff, did you say they're blocking any kind of pictures over there of the gorge, Three Gorge Dam, or Google is blocking any kind of shots of it right now?
Yeah, I talked to one of the companies that we deal with that's close to that area because their factory's been shut down for 3 weeks due to all the flooding. And I had asked him, you know, how the dam was holding up. And he told me he didn't feel comfortable saying anything. So that right there kind of
put up a warning sign.
Yeah. What they did is they took if you go into like Google Earth and you do a zoom in of where the Three Gorge Dam is at, it's actually a digitally rendered portion of the dam. It's not even the true dam, it's the mock-up rendition of it. So they definitely don't want people to see the state of the dam.
Right. Yeah. Just like they did that when the Suez Canal was blocked, Google
Right.
and everybody cut off where it was blacked out right in that spot. You
Yeah.
couldn't search by the satellite. You couldn't search the map. You couldn't search anything. You remember that, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Gene Decode is releasing pictures of the dam. I think he did some this afternoon, so we'll be able to see those being passed around here shortly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And we'll
what,
see if
you
there's-
know, and what
go ahead.
what a lot of people have to realize is like this is an addiction. And with what we're researching, because I always tell people, I don't want you to believe me. I want you to go out and read it for yourself. I mean, I'm just an idiot that spent 20 years in the intel services. But the more, like Mike and Doug said, the more people take the initiative to go and look, and you have to put pieces of the puzzle together, and you don't always look at or listen to what they want you to hear or see, because there's disinformation on both sides. And I always go back to this. If none of this is true, then show these people, but they're nowhere to be found.
Right.
And that's the hard truth of it. And I think a lot of people, they kind of know that it's true, but they're having a hard time coming to the realization that they've been duped along with everybody else.
Yeah, kind of like Patriot Fighter in the comments, Doug, who needs to go back to mommy's
Okay, I
basement.
got Patriot and I got Rachel too's got to go. I actually just caught Rachel. I think I want to make sure it's her.
All right, Patriot Fighter and Rachel. Cold Beer Confessional, Patsy 55. I'll be glad to do an interview with Cold Beer.
Who was the other one, Mike? I supposedly put administrators
Patriot
in there
Fighter.
tonight.
Patriot Fighter.
what?
Fighter.
Patriot. I got you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So I mean, guys, the intel that's coming out right now until something supposedly happens tomorrow or Saturday, and it's released to the public through a mess of people through Saturday night and Sunday on social media and back channels. Okay. Until that happens, it's all future proves past and boomerang right now. Okay. It's the year of the boomerang. All right. You may have heard that before. If you haven't, then you're going to hear it again, because that's what's happening. All right. When you portray or project what you think the other side is doing, you're actually doing yourself, boomerang. Okay. You're getting caught. All right. And future proves past. Okay. Things that happened in the past are showing up in the future. Future proves past. All right. It's really that simple.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. Hillary Clinton was arrested in 2016. The Obamas were arrested and executed in 2019 and 2018. All right. Arrested in 2018 and executed in 2019. They couldn't behave, so they were executed. Fauci, even all of them, 2005 for the gates. All right. I mean, future proves past, and that's what you're hearing right now. That's what's being leaked out over and over again. It's just about more people now. All right. So new intel is not going to happen until something big happens and it leaks out. All right.
That's where it's at. And I think
I do not think that. I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
I don't mean
go ahead.
I do not think that the military is prepared to do the EBS just yet.
We don't know when things are going to happen. All we just hope is they get done. They're fighting the war of the planet right now. It's a fight for humanity, for goodness sakes. If they do it tomorrow and it don't work, what's that got in it for us? Well, we're all goners. You better hope when they go one, they go all. You better hope they go at the right time, because if they blow this, we're done.
They got one shot and one shot only.
They know that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you know, everybody is their own general. You know what I mean? They think they know better. They know what they're doing, and plus they got sooner or later is what I was told. Even if they've got 75% chance of winning, but they want 80 to 90, sooner or later they just got to trust God and go, and know that it's biblical, because they ain't never gonna get to 100 ever. That's what I was told.
And I think the big big push right now is, I wasn't there, I didn't personally see it, but the reports of Millie being taken out when the Joint Chiefs of Staff basically did a verbal vote, and there were only 2 on the Joint Chiefs that said that Stumbles is their commander-in-chief. When they got up and they walked out of the room after their meeting, there was Marines there, and they took them into custody, from what I've been told. Like I said, I wasn't there. I didn't witness it, but that would be how they would operate.
I wasn't there either, and I was told a little bit about it. And guys, from what sparked it was the Illuminati handshakes in the hallway before they went into that meeting. Okay. That's what sparked it right there, because they had just got through cleaning out fractions of the military with the Illuminati. And here they are, more higher ups amongst the ranks of the Illuminati. And they caught it in the hallway. Then they go into this meeting about the audits and the E, and there it is. They're faced with it right there. That's enough to spark an argument amongst men of that stature in the first place.
Absolutely.
Right. And the one who, from what I was told, that was deeply, deeply disturbed about it was the Admiral.
Yes.
And for some of the garbage that he had to put some of his sailors through when he couldn't react like he wanted to. South China Sea to be one of them.
Absolutely. And guys, we can't say any more about South China Sea right now, unless Jeff can. I can't. Jeff, can you say any more about the happenings in South China Sea?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
But it's getting dicey.
Yes.
Beyond dicey.
Well, you can
hang in there. It's going to come out. It's going to come out, guys.
They didn't promote Flynn's brother over there for nothing.
Right.
And if Idiot was really in charge in D.C., why did Flynn's brother happen? That had never happened. We know who's in charge. I've heard behind the scenes with some really good intel from the people. I'm starting to get different intel than I used to, seeing that our numbers have went up. It's coming from different sources that Flynn is actually involved with a lot of the arrests.
Well, Flynn is the leader of the Q movement. In fact, he took on a lot of the Anons in the beginning. He approved them, vetted them, him and the Admiral. Okay, both. They were a big part of that. They actually toured the country to find Anons.
Yeah, but you would have thought they dug them out of a closet when HBO did their special. And I'm not knocking the guy that first started it. If it was a crippled guy, God bless him and everything. But they used him like a prop to make every one of them episodes to humiliate it, no better word, and God bless him, to humiliate him and that other guy in Hawaii to make the whole movement look horrible. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Absolutely.
And they couldn't even get the name of it right.
QAnon. They kept saying QAnon.
Q is one thing. Anon is another. Decrypted.
Yeah,
right.
It's two different people. Q is military intelligence. Anon is the people trying to decode the drops. It's two different things. Oh, they're conspiracy theorists. It's funny when the conspiracy theorists are right. we wouldn't have 14,500 people on our stream if we were all conspiracy theorists. People want answers. They want to know what the hell's going on. They know they're not getting it on TV. They know it's all BS. They know what's going on in Washington D.C. is nothing more than a New York show. You know what I mean? It's a movie that kind of sucks right now, and it won't end. It's like a bad case of, well, I better not say that. It just won't end. It needs penicillin.
So, but go back to the HBOs being the one that put the supposed documentary out about QAnons that don't exist in the first place. This coming from people who are in the Red Shoe Club with Bill Maher, who is one of the HBO stars, with the Pope, who has done a special on there with his red shoes on. I mean, guys, the evil is abound amongst us in Hollywood, okay? And that's what we're going to get until we get this other stuff cleaned up and we can God rids the earth of all of it.
I would agree 110%. And I mean, you guys,
I got to use the little boy's room. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. So you got to look up things like Project Bluebeam. If you start seeing giant looking creatures walking down your street, you got to know it's CGI. I've seen it in a video. I went, wow, that looks like a Hollywood movie. But some people, it might give them a heart attack and kill them. It's just fake. You know what I mean? You don't see the trees falling over. It's not real.
Right.
Yeah. They've got some whoppers that are coming that's going to scare that. That's why they said there's a scare event coming. And I think what it'll be is either a nuclear scare or it'll be an alien invasion. That's why they're prepping us for, we're about to come out with the UFO information. Oh, you've been holding it for ever since when? But all of a sudden we're going to start leaking it out. It's because they're preparing you for what's going to be exposed, that the aliens have been here since the Egyptians and they live underground in the domes. Not all these domes were just dug. They've been around thousands of years, 200-300 miles below the surface of the earth. These people can't come up to the surface. Maybe the aliens can, but the people that are born down there can't. They'll get like the swimmers thing. It'll crush their lungs. Even if they try to put them through the same thing, they couldn't bring the babies up in Central Park. That's what nobody understood is they wanted the respirators for the little babies, but they wouldn't work because they were born underground and they couldn't survive in our atmosphere because that's all their bodies knew. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
It's horrible. It's just freaking horrible is what it is.
That's one thing that it just absolutely disgusts me. And there's going to be a scary event. And I'll preface it just by saying, look, if any of this is true, and all you have, history repeats itself. And all you have to do is go back to 1942. And you listen to some of Winston Churchill's speeches before he became prime minister. He kept doing what individuals like Mike and Doug are doing. Is he got up on the podium and he kept hitting the damn podium saying, I'm telling you this is going to happen. And they called Churchill basically a conspiracy theorist in his time. Oh, no. And Neville Chamberlain ended up eating it because Churchill was right. And I'm not saying that I'm right about everything because I know I'm not. I've been
right. Nobody's perfect, man. God didn't make perfect people.
But what I can say is when you start putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, more and more of everything makes sense. And when, just like with the thing with New Jersey, with the cap over New Jersey, the U.S. government and the taxpayers, that's probably costing us about $100,000 an hour to keep all those jets up. And there's a reason. Either something spooked the military or a final decision was made by the military and they decided if it's go time, they're going to need more protection. And
in that area.
And not saying that you can't trust the Secret Service, but everybody's been infiltrated. They've been working on this for
there's been over
years.
50 attempts on 45's life.
Right.
You know what I mean, shootouts.
Right.
They tried to take his plane out like 3 or 4 times. They've been actually shootouts with the Secret Service. He's lost one of his men. He got hit by that Hart gun that killed him, one of the Secret Service agents. So you know, I would imagine if the big F, if he's up in Jersey, you can best believe that the military has brought in portable radar and probably Patriot systems around that place. You know what I mean? They're not going to take any chances. None at all. Yeah, because the word is because you keep seeing presidential statement from New Jersey.
I mean, my belief is that they have very little left to fire with. Okay, they have very little left, and they're picking more on the smaller branches right now, or people that they can get access to, than they are the big dogs. Okay, that's why you see Flynn more and more. That's why you see McInerney more and more. That's why you see Lynn Wood coming out even bolder more and more. I mean, Lynn Wood 3 weeks ago approaching that guy in Georgia and calling him out. That was very bold and very dangerous.
Right.
Yes. And
I would agree 100%. You see what the great thing with Linwood is, he's not directly connected to 45. If you give him the intel, it's correct. He can blabber anything they want. But if he's got really, really good hard evidence, they'd have to take him to court, and then they're in trouble. Like, remember when Linwood said to the Supreme Court Justice, you better step down, Roberts, or I'm going to expose everything. Well, he never stepped down, and he never really gave the oath of office to Biden. It wasn't the same oath that was given to any other president. It was just a proclamation. It wasn't even the oath of office. We all know that, you know, during the inauguration, it was sunny the day that the inauguration was supposed to be. It had snowed in Washington, D.C., but I guess around the Capitol, the sun just shines, you know. When they went to Arlington Cemetery, it was cloudy, but when they come back into D.C., the snow had stopped for some reason, but on the radar, it's showing it's still snowing. So you got to know it's a staged event. And who has inauguration and they're celebrating and they got tables from Sam's Club and there's block walls like they're at Guantanamo. What's going on? And Hillary, they must have cut her legs off because she was like 1.5 feet shorter.
and they didn't look like they were at inauguration for the most popular president ever. It looked like they were at a damn funeral because there wasn't one smile in the audience. You know, that's just like when Biden gave this invitation-only joint session of Congress.
Yeah.
There was like 40 people there. Well, that's not a joint session, and right there you violated the Constitution.
Yeah.
So
it was all staged.
Right. And this is what I try to explain to people. They're telling you a lot without telling you anything if you know how to look for it.
Or listen to it.
Correct. Because Trump drops a lot of information without saying anything.
He is coded messages in everything he types and everything he says. When he says Joe got the shot back in December, it wasn't the V.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Did y'all see the statement that he dropped about Tapper and his lovely sidekick?
No. What did he say?
Okay, so on his website, he dropped an ugly statement about Tapper and what's her name? His wife, the short blonde-headed girl, on the news with him.
Not sure.
Anyway, it was an awful ugly statement, but it was true. And you know, he just blatantly said it. These people are evil, and you're going to see it. Okay, you're going to see it. I mean, there are pictures. There were Micah. There you go. Thank you, Joe and Micah. There were pictures, 3 years ago of Joe and Micah floating around at Epstein Island, involved also with the Nerium stuff or the Nexium stuff, whichever that case was. So Joe Scarborough, right? So, I mean, guys, that information has been out there. It's a matter of, one, having discernment, and two, understanding when they say nothing, they've said a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. You just got to, like, when I probably watch 15 minutes of TV today at the most. But what I look for is if Biden comes on to speak, I don't listen to anything he says. I watch everything in the background. I watch his face. I watch the mask. I want to know, is today at the reptilian clone, or is it the actor today, or is it a regular clone? Who knows who the hell is talking there? I think there's three of them, because the one that did the State of the Union is the smartest one. And then they got the idiot one. And then the other one can run. Joe can't even get up a flight of stairs, but he can run at the inauguration. So, it's three different people at least. One of them's got blue eyes, the other one's got green eyes, the other one's got brown eyes, and one of them's got reptilian eyes. I mean, I'm watching him ship-shaped on TV one day.
And then you watch when he signs, sometimes he signs left-handed, sometimes he signs right-handed.
Well, he's ambidextrous, and his signature's nothing like the real Biden, but nobody questions it because they're not allowed to bring it up on the news because their narrative can't be ruined.
Right.
If you can't see that and compare the pictures, you probably shouldn't leave your house. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't be safe crossing the street. I'm being serious. If you can't tell the difference between real and fake, you should stay right in your house and have your groceries delivered. Never leave, okay? Because you're not safe out in public. It's the truth.
Oh boy.
Is it going down this weekend? Who knows at this point anymore? You know what I mean?
I firmly believe that something will go down.
Yeah,
but I
flush the toilet.
No, but I don't believe. I'm not 100% positive that we will know about it. Okay.
No.
And I can tell you a big warning sign for anybody that's near a naval base. If you see no ships in port, shit's about ready to get real.
Well, they say all our aircraft carriers are deployed off both coasts.
And that hardly ever happens.
No, not unless we're at war.
Right. Well, in theory, we've been at war since 9/11. It's never been won.
It's never been won or revoked.
Correct.
There's so much more. I've got questions. I'd love to bring up, where's the flag guy?
Right.
Because he saved our country. Is he working with 45? Where is he? I mean, he sounds legit. Where is he? Where is Jerome Corsi? I got intel says he's working directly with 45. Directly. Jeff, do you know who Corsi is?
Yes.
Very smart man. He
Yes.
did his last show, and all of a sudden his website's gone. He's gone. He is in the same place my Facebook page is, in the witness protection program.
They're a ghost.
They didn't just throw me off, man. I never existed. I can't call to get my rights back. I'd like to get my life back, but I'm not that worried about Facebook. But normally people get suspended. They 30 days. I've heard of 2 months. They emailed me. I sent Mike the email. There'll be no further discussion of this. You've been barred for life. What?
Right.
Where's the love?
Chris Miller and Ezra Watnick Cohen are in Texas, guys, at the command center.
In Aberdeen.
Yep.
Yeah, I just things amaze me. I'm taking a quick screenshot We just hit 15,000 on the stream. Thank you guys. It's all about you guys, not about us. People question, like I had somebody question, you really don't have that many people on the stream. When we was watching, I only seen 5,000. We streamed to 3 different places at one time. I get the total, okay? But you know,
How many's on?
15,027. I'm sure everybody else streaming can pull some kind of numbers.
Del Croy
We
says
because our people are dedicated. I guarantee out of them 15,000, 10,000 of them watch us every time we come on. And I know we got new people too, but you know, we appreciate each and every one of you that come on, and we let you know we love you guys. We're here for you guys. Let you know you can come here and share what you got. Even you trolls, you know, you're in the chat, you piss us off, but you bring 4 more people every time you piss us off. So keep coming.
You know, I'll tell you what. I watched your interview with Kirsten. Oh, I feel so bad for her. That lady takes a beating.
She does, because she's so raw. She gets great intel, but she's so raw. And I spoke to her today, and I says, "Hey, you screaming out on people in the chat?" And she goes, "That's what Scott does." I says, "Not like that, but you know, do what you got to do." She had one YouTube channel, 139,000 subscribers on her channel, and she's taught. Okay, Kirsten has taught. She's where Mel K came from. Charlie Ward, what do you think he got taught? She taught them. Scott McKay, where do you think they all came from? Her. She's just so raw. People, you know, they have a hard time. Whoa, she's not on here trying to sweet talk anybody. She gets right to the guts of it. Do you know what I'm saying? And some people can't handle the truth like that. They want it sugar coated. You know what I mean? They want, can I get a double dip with the sprinkle? Yeah, he gives it to you, and it might come with a can of poop. Here.
Right. And I loved it when she was busting Mandarin on her. I was just like, shay knee. You go, girl.
But would she write about Burns?
Right
on the numbers. So you wonder, here's what somebody sent this to me. Seeing that she said she exposed to Juan O'Savin really was Wayne, what's his name? A super rich dude from Oregon or whatnot, and Puget Sound up there. He travels the country because he's got plenty of money. She's like, he never declined. He was JFK Jr. He let that go for 4 or 5 months, 6 months. You know, why would you try to let everybody think that you were that? Here's the other thing is, we got mentioned on another show that the Frog News Network spent the whole hour talking about Juan O'Savin. We spent, 30 seconds, Mike? They said the whole hour was dedicated to knocking him. She's to give the information. Frog News Network didn't knock him. She did. Remember that. So we don't know, but she claims to know who he is.
Yeah, Wayne Willett, I think, is who she said.
Yeah.
But
if you're not JFK Jr., just say I'm not. And then I got this guy in Australia. This is funny now. I got a guy out there giving me a tell from over on that side of the water. And he took a picture of the blood moon, and he had a picture of the eclipse. He sent it all to me. And you know how they got that accent over there? He goes, but I can do Juan O'Savin just like him. And he breaks into the voice. I got to get him on the show. He does it exactly like him. Then he'll just go right back into his Aussie voice. I'm like, wow, man, that's crazy right there. So yeah, things are going to be heating up. So you better have some ice and something cold to drink.
Yeah,
groceries.
Well,
he's a short, fat guy, Juan O'Savin. Okay, that's what I heard. And he's got a lot of cowboy boots, but he's got a lot of money too. So I'm a short, fat guy too. I don't have millions of dollars yet. Did you hear yet?
Wow.
It's coming. I want to be interviewed by the man.
Troll alert. Andy Godmark needs to go to mommy's basement.
Andy.
Auntie.
What do you say? Auntie.
Auntie Godmark.
Okay, I got you.
No ice cream for you?
No ice cream for you. Go to mommy's basement. No ice cream for you when I find you.
He's right there between Steve and Jay Tugman.
Oh boy,
Steve and Jay Tugman. Y'all keep talking. I can't talk and look at the same time. I can't chew bubble gum. I just can't.
Did I send you did I send you guys the picture of all the 10 miles of tank heading south?
No.
Yeah, you didn't send us pictures of it. We've seen them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they were heading south towards the border, so that may be getting closed up real damn quick.
Does that mean Taco Bell will be closing? You going to the border?
Well, what I watched, oh shit, some guy was in a airport where they were bringing in migrants, and there was a guy at the concierge when they were giving them out stacks of free money and paperwork on where they were to go to next.
Where can I get in that line? Well, wait a minute. That money will be worthless soon. Sort of like the money overseas. It's just the wind blows it down the street. It's no good. When it's not backed by anything, it's going to be worthless.
Somebody in the chat. Somebody asked in the chat if we have any intel on Phil McConnell, who was a big patriot in the beginning of this. Field is hopefully going to surface again soon, guys. That's all I got.
Say that again, Mike.
Field McConnell is going to surface again soon. That's all I got. Last week he was heard on air through a telephone on his own radio station. He was in prison in Florida, and that's protective custody prison for real.
Remind me of who this guy is.
Phil McConnell is the elder of Monkey Works. He was in the Air Force and he flew airplanes afterwards. Right. He knows all the call signs. He knows all that stuff.
Like Monkey Works does.
Yeah. And he also is big on calling out the child traffickers and the pedophiles. Yeah,
Monkey Works is real careful about what he said. He knows everything. And I think they make him put a lid on a lot of things because you know what I mean. Hey, enough's enough. He knows what every charter is for the CIA, for the marshals. They don't want everybody knowing that, man. So yeah, and still, guys, if you haven't realized yet, and you're new, that the president has never flown on Air Force One ever. Now he's got on the plane, but it's been NA, not admissible. He doesn't even get a SAM mission. He's just NA. So he's never been identified by the radars as Air Force One, ever. He's a poser.
Yep, the military doesn't even give him the designation.
That goes to show you something there. He is not the president. We do have a commander-in-chief, though. You can believe that. When the you-know-what hits the fan, they ain't calling him because he'll be in bed after his milk and cookies.
Yeah, because that dude has a light schedule. I mean, he knocking it out.
People in old folks' homes got more on their schedule than him. He's at the senior living center. That's what Monkey Works calls it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're about an hour and 18 minutes. We'll go about 10 more minutes, guys.
No, Monkey Works is not with Phil McConnell, guys. I'm just saying he had a lot of the same information as far as the flight and the call signs go. Phil McConnell was the first one to break Pence switching call signs in the middle in 2018, was that? When Pence left on Air Force 2 and came back on SAM 39 or something like that.
Phil McConnell exposed his sister just before 911 that the planes could be controlled by remote. Well, here's what I can tell you about 911. I'm pretty sure didn't know planes hit that building. That was CGI'd because there's some other film of it where there ain't no planes hitting it. People going, oh, look at that. That was all staged. They blew them buildings up and they demoed them down. Them planes never hit no. There's not one piece of any plane that they ever found. It was just a building. Where's the plane that hit the Pentagon? There's not even a piece of sheet metal. You know what I mean? A plane is not going to go through a steel structure building and you see the nose at the other side. It just don't happen. You know what I mean? That thing's it's a flying tin box, for goodness sakes. It can't do that.
Okay, so there are also a lot of people asking about the Russian suitcase nukes. Guys, it's not Russian suitcase nukes. It's Israel. It's from the Mossad.
And I think there was one that was still missing. We don't know that.
It still hasn't been accounted for to this day.
Well, we can best believe when it goes down, we'll see some dirty bombs. I'm sure of it. You know what I mean? They're going to have to shoot their last, you know what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know that they got access to any more missiles. I don't know who shot that missile in Nashville, but they were nice enough to tell everybody to leave before it hit.
Right.
Think about that. I don't know if it was staged, but they look, we got to take that out right away. And please, you know, that van's out there. Just get out of your house, go. Right. And everybody's clear. And here comes this missile. Boom.
All right. So is Walmart part of the Evergreen stuff? Yes.
Somebody said that a UFO hit the Pentagon. No, but according to Gene Decode, they come and go all the time at the Pentagon.
They got VIP.
Yeah, he said he'd sit out there and watch them fly in and out in the middle of the night. He said with blue beam and a yellow beam, you could watch them come and go.
Someone asked earlier today, too, if the Hoover Dam was one of the 34 structures that could possibly be taken out.
There, right, Mike?
Yes, the Hoover Dam is one of those structures that could possibly go down when they start taking these structures down.
So if you're downstream, might want to move your stuff.
And
you might want to grab your stuff and head for the border.
And if you ever been to the Hoover Dam, the Earth's vagina is not going to take care of all that water. Have you guys ever been there? Okay, on the opposite of the Lake Mead side, there's this humongous hole that takes overfill, right? And the guys there that from the Park Service called the Earth's vagina. Funniest shit ever.
Oh my God. Oh my God. People still sending me stuff in Telegram like I can come take my hat off. UFO hit the Pentagon. There it is, guys. I seen it on Doug's show. On the Frog News Network. It must be real.
Well, you know, and another thing, that when that plane supposedly hit, I mean, that was a perfectly round hole for something that has wings.
Say again?
I said, if that was a plane that hit the Pentagon, that's a nice round hole with no
wings.
Nothing. Yeah, no wings. I mean, you could watch a cartoon and see how that plays out.
Okay, so a plane, guys, I mean, you can look at it. There's actual pictures of the missile that hit the Pentagon painted like a plane, okay? There's actual pictures of the missile that hit the Pentagon.
I did see that.
Okay. A plane did not hit the Pentagon. All right. There's no wing holes. There's no wings broken off. All right. If you look at the one clip that they've allowed to escape onto the internet, there is no wings broken off. They didn't crash into the building. None of that.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. I can't wait till June 1st.
What's happening June 1st?
June 1st is the D-class date, where the UFOs and everything has to be declassified.
Yeah. That's why they're starting to leak this stuff, because when it's all exposed, you better
be. And so I look for a false flag event to happen on that damn day.
Well, can you imagine if they say there's a war and aliens are invading and the UFOs are here? People are going to die of heart attacks, man. They're going to scare the hell out of them.
People jumped off bridges on 9/11 that weren't even in the state.
How about when Orson Welles had that thing? People were killing themselves.
Right.
Imagine if they see these things flying over their head. For real.
All you have to do
that's
is go watch
crazy.
the movie Mars Attacks.
Oh my God. False flag event is going to happen, guys. 5 more minutes. We're going to give it, guys, because we gave them some time at the beginning of the show. If you got questions, go ahead and ask them, and we'll answer a few questions and call it a night, and we'll see what happens. Can't get on the Telegram. Why is that my fault? We have administrators in Telegram. Message them. I have no time for the group anymore. What about Gowdy? Somebody said, Mike.
Trey Gowdy. Okay, this is leaked out. So Trey Gowdy and Dan Bongino are actually going to lead the weekend news at Fox starting soon.
Wow. I told you that Fox had switched over about 2 months ago. Whenever Kaylee came over, that whole deal. And from what I heard from a few people is that the 45 is in complete control of CNN.
Yeah, because you noticed too, Juan Williams, they're moving him as well.
Yes, they're moving Juan. When they moved Donna, the heifer that was part of making
Yeah,
sure
I know who you're talking about.
it was part of making sure Seth Rich met his destination. You know, when they move her, I'll believe it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and what we're seeing now is more and more anchors saying that they're going to be retiring. No, they made the deal, right?
Yep.
They made the deal, just like.
And I was
CIA
told,
guy says, "Make the deal or die."
and I speak bad of her, but I was told that she was put on at Fox to help keep safe there because she was going to squawk at some of these tribunals.
Wow.
Who's that? Donna Brazil?
Brazil, yes.
Yeah. She's probably one of the most level-headed Democrats that there is.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't want to say her name. That's why we didn't say it. We know what her name is.
Yeah.
We're trying to be more careful as the channel grows and grows, guys.
Right.
And it's going to keep on growing. We got to tighten our ship up a little bit and talk more in code words. And maybe in Telegram, we'll make up the code word sheet. You'll have it for the show.
Don King.
Our Telegram group gained 4,000 people in 3 days. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we can start calling her Don King.
Yes.
Don King.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Monkey Works. He calls him Bob Marley and Flashbang. It's brutal. He does it in the nicest way.
Flashbang.
And he says flashbangs over at the senior living center today. Bob Marley is going out to California.
Bob Marley.
That's what he calls the vice president. Bob Marley. That way he don't ever get in trouble. He never uses their name. It's crazy, man. He cracks me up every time I haven't listened to a show in about 2 weeks. Flashbang. Because that's about what he's about to happen to his ass. Be a big flash and bang. And that's what's about to happen to the White House, the Capitol, and the Supreme Court.
Have you ever been hit with a flashbang?
I don't even know what the hell it is.
The monument, I think, is going to go first.
I think they take down the big
dildo.
That's what it represents if nobody knows. There's one here and there's one over in London and one in the Vatican. And they're all, that's what it, look it up. That's what it represents. Go to DuckDuckGo. You ain't got to believe me. Just go look it up. Look up is Washington, D.C., everything in it satanic. You'll find out. They're going to turn it back into a bird sanctuary. Watch and see what happens.
I got one of these machines like you have behind you, Doug. In one of my shops. And I'm gonna have to create a shirt that Flashbang is not my president.
Flashbang is not my friend. I can create that right away on Teespring. Maybe a picture of him blowing up.
Ooh,
That would
boy.
be great stuff. All right, guys, we've been on about an hour and a half now. We allowed a little time for a little bit in our new show, The Angel Warriors. We'll post some links in Telegram to pump her up, and we'll mention her tomorrow night and in the future too. Don't forget, guys.
Robert 123 says flashbang and Bob Marley in the Department of No Justice.
Don't forget that the X39 patches. You can get in touch with me on Telegram with that if you're interested in that. Don't forget Kirsten's book. Okay, right there. There's a Bitly link and take you right over to Amazon. And if you'd like to support the show, there's the Cash App to support the show. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. Mike, do you want to lead us out in a prayer tonight?
Yeah, but first I'd like to thank you for allowing us to run our Lifewave X39 right to the front of the show and bring home the flag, baby. We just need a frog. We need a frog.
I'll put the frog back. I'll put a little frog next to the logo.
Everybody, let's bow your head and pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you again for another day and a blessed day it has been. As we anticipate things to come to light from darkness, we appreciate the time and the grace and the love that you put in and the time in that you're going to share those things with us. And we appreciate and are grateful for the patience and the discernment to know and believe when it's happening and when it's going to happen in your timing. Father, we also thank you for the new movement in Idaho that we're hearing about. It's going to possibly save more children. And we hope that turns out in the best way possible, as I'm sure it will, with you at the helm. And Father, we thank you so much also for the grace and love that you're showing those that have already been found and the healing process for which is being shared with them. It's through your grace and love that we pray in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Hey, guys, if we just help one person tonight understand what's going on a little better, we feel like we've done our jobs. Know this is a place that you can come and share your ideas, your intel, and not be ridiculed. God wants us to come together and get the word out to other people and wake the world up to what's about to happen. Hey, listen, guys, we love you, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Mike or Jeff, anything in closing?
In the words of Bob Marley, smoke it if you got it.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Have a good night, guys.